My twin sister and I both became doctors, but my mother believed only she deserved the success. She took away my happiness, but I didn't take revenge with anger. I simply sent a message, and when it was read on stage, everything changed right in front of my mother's eyes. Your sister is the doctor we are proud of. You are just another successful person standing beside her. My mother said those words after my medical school graduation ceremony. People were applauding. I was holding my degree in my hands. My father was standing beside me. And my twin sister Olivia was smiling. Everyone was congratulating her. Everyone was hugging her. And I was standing there, holding the same degree, wearing the same white coat. But in my mother's eyes, I was never the daughter she wanted to celebrate the most. Because my sister was always the special one. But that day my silence was about to end. I didn't take revenge by yelling. I didn't create a scene. I simply sent a message. And when that message was read on stage, the expression on my mother's face completely changed. My name is Emily Carter. I was 29 years old and I lived in Chicago, Illinois. I had a twin sister, Olivia Carter. We were born on the same day. There were only 7 minutes between us. But in my family those 7 minutes always felt like a lifetime. Olivia had been everyone's favorite since childhood. She was outgoing. She could stand confidently in front of people. She always stood out at school. My mother, Susan, often said, "Olivia has something special about her." I never said Olivia wasn't special. She really was intelligent. But the problem was that my achievements were always measured against hers. If Olivia scored 100 on a test, our house would celebrate. If I scored 100, my mother would say, "That's good." But Olivia did the same thing too. I never complained. I thought things would change as we got older. But they never did. I still remember the day I got accepted into medical school. I called my mother. "Mom, I got accepted." There was silence for a few seconds. Then she said, "Oh, that's good." I smiled. "Are you happy?" She said, "Of course. By the way, Olivia applied too, right?" I became quiet. "Yes. She'll definitely get in too." Before she even congratulated me, she brought up my sister. And that was how it always happened. We both completed medical school. We both became doctors. But for my family the story was different. When my mother looked at Olivia, she would say, "My daughter became a doctor." When she talked about me, she would say, "Emily is also a doctor." The difference was only one word. But I felt it. On graduation day our entire family came. The hall was filled with people. Camera flashes were everywhere. Parents were hugging their children. I was wearing my white coat. My degree was in my hands. I was happy. I had worked for years. I had stayed awake countless nights studying. I had worked hospital shifts. I had given years of my life to reach that moment. But as soon as the ceremony ended, my mother walked toward Olivia. She hugged her. "I am so proud of you." Then she looked at me and said, "You both did well." I smiled and nodded. Then my uncle said, "Susan, you're truly lucky. 2 daughters who became doctors." My mother laughed. "Yes, but Olivia has always been different." I looked at her. She probably didn't even realize I was listening. That night we had dinner at home. Everyone was sitting together. People were making toasts for Olivia. My father said, "We are proud of both of our daughters." For the first time I felt relieved. But then my mother said, "Of course. But Olivia has always proven herself." I looked down at my plate. Nothing inside me broke. Something simply became clear. I realized I had spent years asking for approval from someone who never truly wanted to see me. A few months later we both had a major opportunity. A respected hospital had openings for new positions. Olivia applied. I applied too. But a few weeks later, I found out my mother was already telling people Olivia would get the position. Even though the decision hadn't been made yet. I asked her, "Mom, why did you tell everyone Olivia was selected?" She said, "Because I know she will be." I asked, "And what if I get selected?" She became quiet. Then she said, "Emily, why do you always turn everything into a competition?" I was shocked. "Me?" She said, "You're always comparing yourself to Olivia." I said nothing. Because for the first time I understood. She wasn't seeing the real problem. A few weeks later the hospital made its decision. I was selected. I was going to become the lead physician in the emergency medicine department. Olivia received the second position. When I called home, my mother said, "That's good." That was it. Then she added, "Olivia is disappointed too. You should support her." I stayed quiet, because somehow even my success always came with someone else's emotions attached to it. A few days later there was a family gathering. My mother said in front of everyone, "Olivia has really proven herself." Then she looked at me and said, "Emily is good too, but she's not like Olivia." Everyone became quiet. I simply drank my water. I didn't respond. But that day I made a decision. I would no longer live to prove my success to anyone. I would only let the truth speak. A few months later there was a medical conference. Important hospital officials were there. I knew my research was going to be presented. It was the work I had spent 3 years completing. A new treatment approach that improved outcomes for emergency patients. But my mother knew nothing about it. Because I had stopped telling her things. On the day of the conference I stood behind the stage. My mother, father, and Olivia were sitting in the audience. They had come for an award Olivia was receiving. Then the host walked onto the stage. He said, "Today we want to honor a very special doctor." My name appeared on the screen. My mother lifted her head. The host continued, "Dr. Emily Carter's research has significantly improved patient care in our hospital." The audience started applauding. Then he announced, "Today she is receiving the National Medical Innovation Award." I walked onto the stage. I accepted the award. Then I was asked to read a message. The message I had sent earlier. It was for my mother. It said, "I was never competing with Olivia. I only wanted you to see me as your daughter too someday." The entire hall became silent. My mother lowered her eyes. I didn't accuse her. I only told the truth. After the ceremony my mother came to me. She was crying. She said, "Emily, I didn't know." I replied, "No, Mom. You never asked." She became quiet. Olivia also came to me. She said, "I'm sorry." I looked at her. "You never tried to put me down." She said, "But I never stood up for you either." I nodded. Now knowing the truth is enough. Years have passed since then. Olivia and I are both still doctors. Our relationship is better now. My mother sees my achievements today. But some things take time. I forgave my mother. But I learned that searching for your worth in someone else's eyes is the biggest mistake you can make. My mother always believed Olivia was the only daughter who deserved success. But that day on the stage it wasn't just my achievement that was revealed. It was my voice. And for the first time everyone heard it. Thank you for staying with this story until the end. If this story touched your heart, please support us by liking the video and subscribing to the channel for more emotional and inspiring stories. Your support means a lot to us and helps us continue sharing powerful stories with you. We truly appreciate you being here.